Welcome back to Project 94 for another diecast review here on the channel, and today we're going to get into the Hendrick Motorsports Throwback paint schemes. That's right, folks, the Throwbacks and the Patriotic 4-packs. And of course, I'm going to be reviewing every single one of the cars, but I'm going to do it in separate videos. For instance, I am not going to feature the whole 4-pack, as you guys can see in the background. That's not going to be in the all-in-one video. I'm doing everything separately, because I feel like it'll be too long of a video for me to feature every single car all in one video. So I decided to pick one to start with, and this one right here has got to be one of my favorite throwbacks, and honestly one of the coolest Chase Elliott diecasts that's currently in my collection. This one right here is going to be Chase Elliott and his 2023 LLumar Ray Evernham number 9 Throwback for Hendrick Motorsports, with an Evernham style number 9 on the paint scheme. I gotta say, Ray Evernham is a huge idol of mine in the racing world. I met him in real life. I collect a lot of his paint schemes. And this diecast right here is a throwback of, it could be a couple of years, right? There was a couple of years that they probably had a red one. It could have just been one. It's a long time ago we're talking about this. But this looks to me the most like a 2001 tribute, the whole body Dodge red with just the classic number 9 on there and the sponsors on it. That's what this really looks like to me. This diecast, I really like it a lot, man. The style of it just being that iconic Evernham number 9, just all red paint scheme. What's not to love about this? Chase Elliott fans have been waiting for this forever, it seems like. And finally we got it with LLumar, of course, doing the Bill Elliott 2001 Dodge style paint scheme, and I really like that original car. I've always loved the number 9 all red paint schemes, and even the later ones that actually had more color to them also looked pretty good. But yeah, this car, of course, is one of the coolest Chase Elliott throwbacks. It's not one of these generic like Napa throwbacks. It's not like a weird throwback. This is a car that actually is historic, and of course it's its father, Bill Elliott. Very, very cool car. So, without further ado, let's get this diecast review on. Got number 9 right there. You got Hendrick Motorsports. LLumar window film, of course, on the hood. The hood vents kind of mess up the logo on the hood, but they're all like that because that's accurate to the real car. I always criticize the hood vents. I do not like hood vents on a stock car. But getting past that, you have ZL1, which got Chevrolet and Chase Elliott on the windshield banner. Then, of course, you're going to have Sunoco, Goodyear, and white, both on the fenders and the wheels. Of course, the dark gray rims. You have the NASCAR 75th anniversary logo. Got NASCAR salutes, the Evernham style number 9. Chase Elliott's name, which looks a little bit wonky. I gotta be honest, that looks a little bit wonky. His name's a little bit crooked, or just a little bit odd looking, I guess. Of course, you got Chase Elliott up there, which is messed up looking. You got LLumar window film. Chevrolet, Exalta, Cincinnati, Climb, Freightliner, Hooters, Mack Tools, and Siemens. Coca-Cola, Hooters, Universe. And this is a Happy Mother's Day special car. So this is because this was on a Mother's Day weekend. That's why it has the Mother's Day logo on it. And I don't know if it's just me, but the letters look a little bit weird because the white paint doesn't quite match up with the letters. It's a little bit odd. You got Kelly Blue Book, and that's just a decal error. The real car actually looked more like this, how it looks on this side. See how the letters are more better looking than this side? I don't know. Kelly Blue Book, Valvoline, which is crooked. Of course, the Valvoline logo is not centered. Of course, my favorite one, and this is the one that has all the weird decal errors on it. For instance, got decal paper there that's clear coated onto the car, so there's no getting that off. And I'm afraid of messing up one of my favorite cars, so I'm not doing that. Lionel needs to fix the quality control of these cars. It's ruining great paint schemes. But of course, you have Napa right there on the quarter panel. LLumar paint protection film with the Chevrolet banner, or the banner. Chevrolet logo right there. Of course, got number 9. Another off-centered Valvoline logo. Why can they not line up the Valvoline logo? It's like they're putting the little circle on and then putting the Valvoline on instead of using one decal. Got Camaro ZL1. The black spoiler. You got Napa Auto Parts You got Elliott, LLumar, small on the corner of the roof, and the number 9 on the roof as well. So, got the black roof rails, black splitter, and spoiler and splitter. And what's cool about this car, if you look at the side markers, you can actually see the yellow rocker box, the little rocker decal right there, where you can see where they lift them up on pit road. They have the little stripe and the little yellow bits right there. You got a bit of red. I know that's a decal error. The other side doesn't have that. It's a mess up. But nonetheless, you have the pit arrow or the pit line indicators on the rockers. And of course, on the front splitter, you're going to have the yellow bits on the splitter so the teams know how to adjust the splitter. So they got some extra decals on some of these cars. I believe all of them are like that. They all look to have that. Oh yeah, they do. Oh wow, good job, Lionel. You actually got something. These cars are actually more accurate to the real cars because they actually have the little yellow indicators on them. That's cool. Really adds something to it. Now we get to the numbers. Of course, my favorite part of it, the Evernham number 9 font with the iconic, like, sleek style with the little E right there. The E for Evernham, the little 3 little spikes right there, poking out of the 9 right there. Very cool. It's so nostalgic to see this number 9 back on the racetrack. And what a day he had. Towards the end, he got collected in a crash, but he stayed out there with all the damage and just kept finishing to the end. Just a solid fight from Chase Elliott in that race in one of the most iconic throwbacks. Of course, you got the black outline and the white number fill-in. It's not the green Mayfield car. It's just a normal Bill Elliott paint scheme. And I guess I kind of remember Casey Kane running an all-red bland like COT Ford and maybe another car. So I kind of remember seeing Casey Kane also with a bland red car like this. But mainly for Bill Elliott. This is mainly the Bill Elliott tribute, as you guys can tell. Of course, the Dodge Red. This literally does look like the Dodge Red. It's not like any generic. It looks like it's a very particular type of red. Like when you put this to next to any other red car, you're gonna notice there's a difference. This is the iconic Dodge Red. And of course, the Ray Evernham style number 9 all over this car. There isn't a spot on this where they altered it in any way. And there you go. That's your paint scheme. Because that's exactly how it was. It was a bland red car with the stylized number font. And that's it. That's your paint scheme. That's really all there is to it. There's no ridiculous like stripes or nothing like that. It's not the Casey Kane car with the white sides on it or anything. Just a plain red car. And to add something to this review, if I can find it, snapping it into existence, the original car that it's based on. Of course, this thing's really dusty, and I've had this thing forever. But there you go. Now you have the father and son combination of the red Evernham style car. Look at that. Now, you could probably tell the red is slightly different. Maybe the way the original diecast was painted. Okay, so maybe it was a bit brighter than the way they did the diecast. Now, that's fair. If you want to compare that. But yeah, that's exactly what this car was. A bland red car. If I can get this more on the camera. Comparing it to the actual car. This is one of the few cars I actually have to match. That's very cool. I love seeing this thing come back. This is awesome. I really like this a lot. This throwback to Bill Elliott. It worked out perfectly. I do wish the LLumar logo was a more stylized to look like the Dodge logo instead of just using the generic font that's on all the other cars. I do wish LLumar actually made their logo look like that. Like the font, stylized the font. Maybe use like the little ram horns instead of like the little sun thing, or just make it. I saw somebody on the internet with this exact idea for the throwback, but they executed the LLumar logos a whole lot better on their version than the actual car, in my opinion. It just looked so much better than just the generic LLumar. But nonetheless, I'm glad to have this car anyways, because, you know, it's one of my favorite throwbacks. I mean, it's not the most accurate because of the font is not really exactly the same. I do wish they worked on it a little more. But the fact that Ray Evernham was able to allow Hendrick to do this, it's cool. I like it. You know, it's one of those things that And the timing of it is perfect too, because I actually met Ray Evernham before this race, like a few weeks before. I saw him in person when I went to a car show inside of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we were both talking about Chase Elliott. And I guess, and I had to Chase Elliott, and guys, I'm not going to take credit for this, so, please. We actually, between me and Ray Evernham, we talked a little bit about Chase Elliott. And I guess, I don't want to give myself all the credit here, but I guess he remembers me. He remembers me, like, meeting him with the Chase Elliott shirt and talking about how I loved these old paint schemes. Maybe he got that idea and actually used it on this car. I'm not taking any official credit for it. But if you're wondering what the possibilities of this were, there you go. Like I said, I'm not taking full credit, but him and I did talk about Chase Elliott and the fact that I like this paint scheme. And sure enough, here it is in my hands, official. Just saying. Here's a 360 view of this. I love how Ray Evernham allowed this to happen, man. This is a long time coming for this paint scheme. But now there's the future. What kind of other number 9 paint schemes are we going to get for throwbacks? I really hope we get some of the Casey Kane style cars. And just like other types of Bill Elliott throwbacks or, stuff like that. Maybe we'll get a Muppets car or something. Just something. Like, give us more, even more of these. And improve on them each year. Maybe change the font, add stuff to it. To really make it stand out. But yeah, guys, that is going to be Chase Elliott 2023 Bill Elliott throwback, and of course, here's the normal car underneath. I had to get a box platform for this. But yeah, guys, very cool looking paint scheme, cool looking throwback, and a long time coming for it. Thank you all for checking out this Diecast review. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next Diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your Diecasts.